January was so long, and because of which I feel like I have much to share, so you might want to settle in as we reset for February. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, we are going to be resetting for the month of February, which basically means we're going to talk about the month of January and prep for the month of February. First, we're going to start out with talking about our January budget. So I have with me my handy dandy iPad, and I think I'm going to take it out of the case because the case just adds bulk, and bulk that I don't really care for. So anyway, I did show already my February aesthetic, I believe, but if not, this is it. And that's my home screen. I got that from Pinterest. That's my lock screen rather. And then this is my home screen. And my phone looks exactly the same. And everything, all of my devices look exactly the same. And this is just a cute, fun, free thing that I like to do every month. I am an iPad girly through and through. I know that there are people who have iPads and they just kind of have them lying around. I am not that girl. I have been using iPads for going on 13 years. I got my first one in 2012. I went a good bit of time without having one, but anything that I have, I pretty much use. And if I don't use it, then I'm letting it go. But I rejoined the iPad community 3 years ago. And so I use my iPad all the time. In fact, I recently did a video on the 35 ways that I use my iPad, and you should check it out. It's a 2-part series. So you'll see half of the ways in one video and half in the other. But anyway, I'm here with my handy dandy iPad. I do have to say I do not have a laptop, so that is also why I am really heavily into using my iPad. I literally don't know what I would use a laptop for. It's either, I don't know. I don't think a laptop is significant for me in how I use my devices. I definitely need a desktop, which I have, and then an iPad and a phone, and I'm good to go. And I really don't need that phone. I really just need my iPad. But anyway, let's talk about our January budget. In January, we had some financial tasks, to-dos, goals. I grouped them all together. And one of them was to invest 15% of our paychecks, which we did. Pay our monthly credit card bill, which we did. Purchase book club books, which I did. We had to pay our HOA fees, which are due every January. I have some to-dos that just roll over from year to year, month to month. However, a few months ago, I decided to take radical responsibility for my life. I have also shared a video on what that means for me. And so I am working to basically not be a person who allows goals and tasks to roll over day after day, month after month, year after year. Because if I no longer wish to work towards the goal, if I no longer wish to have the task on my list, then it needs to just go, not just be lingering around. So basically, I'm trying to lock in and do all the things my heart has ever desired. Okay. Also, another thing that rolls over, I need to schedule an OBGYN appointment, just a regular smegular checkup. I needed to turn in my mileage. Oh, I didn't book a laser hair appointment. I did not schedule the OBGYN. I needed to turn in my mileage for work. I did that. I wanted to do some random acts of kindness. This is also something I've always been really heavily involved in, doing really nice things for people. Like extraordinarily nice. Not just giving somebody $5 or paying somebody's tab or like basic things of the sort. Not that those things are not kind, and I don't want to call them basic. That's the wrong terminology. But because they're not really basic, they're still really kind things. But I'm talking about extraordinarily nice things for people. And so I don't really feel like I fell off for some months necessarily, or years or what have you, but I just felt like at the end of 2024, I was feeling like I couldn't really recall any real specific, extraordinarily nice things that I'd done for people. So I've been making it my mission to do those things. I wanted to finalize my bestie's birthday trip plans because she was going to be coming here to my house, and we were going to celebrate here for the first time since I've been living here for 10 years. We normally go to some major city or whatever. So I wanted to have a plan for what I wanted that to look like. I wanted to get her feedback on what she wanted to do, and then I wanted to deliver because she was in my city. specifically. Also, I wanted to buy a baby shower gift for my friend. I did do that, and then I did not request my W-2s or submit my W-2s, which I need to do, but have not done for a few months. That was pretty much how that went. As far as income, I only got one payday for my full-time job in January because I got the second payday for January on time, but the first one, because we were closed for Christmas break, I actually got it early in December. So that's how that went down. My husband got 2 paydays, which his were a little higher than normal. We love that. I got a reimbursement for my December mileage. I also had purchased a training in December, and I got reimbursed for that because my department has some training funds that they share with us, and we get reimbursed. I also had done something nice for this one particular situation, and then later on my friend actually reimbursed me. Not that she said that she was going to, but she was like, just did it randomly, so I thought that was really nice. So that was really sweet because I wasn't expecting that, and it's not like a really close friend by any means. So anyway, I wasn't really expecting anything back. So that was fun. Hi, you got your money? Yeah. Oh, look at him. Big face honey. And then I also got a reimbursement from the Center for Financial Social Work. I am a certified financial social worker, and anybody who becomes one will be given a partner code. That means should they refer someone to the Center for Financial Social Work and they sign up for the certification program, they can earn money. So I literally forget all the time that that's a thing, but I randomly got a payout in January. That is just the money that we would earn if we did not do like social media or anything like that. So that does not include business income and so on and so forth. That is just strictly money that we would earn if we didn't have all of this other stuff going on, like YouTube, partnerships, sponsorships, and such. I'm looking at expenses that kind of stand out. That's a favorite thing to do of mine. We paid my husband's college tuition, which was $2,542. I had my Scentbird. I am a Scentbird user. I have been for years, and it's quite literally the only subscription that I've ever had where something was sent to me. I'm a Kindle Unlimited subscriber and an Amazon Music subscriber, Sirius XM, and so forth, but I've never had anything sent to me. But I should probably cancel my Scentbird, but I really like it, so I'm not going to. It was $18.39. It is $18.39 a month. My social work license fee came out. As I mentioned, I did something really nice. A couple of things. Had to pick up some meds from Walgreens in January. Looks like we have an Amazon purchase. Oh, we paid both of our cell phone bills in January. We pay our cell phone bills every 3 months, and both of them were due in January. So that was an unusual expense. We paid for counseling in January. Ooh, I accidentally forgot to cancel HelloFresh. So I got charged for HelloFresh, and you can't get a refund. That was $136.76. Now, it's not a waste, of course. It's not like we couldn't eat the food or didn't. It's just that it was a mistake. So that was pretty much like $140. Not down the drain, but that's kind of what it feels like. Obviously, I went out of town to Florida for my friend's baby shower, so I had expenses related to that. So those were out of the ordinary. My friend's birthday was in January, and I paid for all of the things while she was here. So that was an expense that was out of the ordinary. Ooh, we spent a lot when we went out to eat. Yikes. What else is on here? Ooh, we had to pay that fee, remember? So that was $300. HOA fees, $232.88. Ooh, we had to get an oil change and some other stuff from Toyota for our oldest car, which costs a lot of money. Has been costing a lot of money because it's older. So that was a lot. That was $204.46. Other than that, nothing is standing out. Like, I say other than that, like I didn't just name off a bunch of stuff that added up to a bunch of money, but that was pretty much what went down for January. And in total, we ended up spending $6,749.37. That's not too terrible. Our budget each month is $6,500. So just being a couple $100, well, about $250 over budget is not terrible. So I'm actually quite proud of us for January. That's our January budget. Let's now reflect on the month of January. I don't know why, but I wanted to swing around this way so that we could have like a slightly different angle. Plus, I just wanted to see what the lighting like this would be and to appreciate what is my Valentine's Day decor back there and all of that. So I even put some of the pink and red books in the front on display. Can you see? Because I just feel like that kind of goes with the Valentine's Day aesthetic. Let's start with my highs for January. One high is that I had the best time at the baby shower with my friend and all of my childhood friends. It was going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, so I went there. And also my friend and I share a family member, but we're not related. So my cousin is her aunt. I'm so glad that I went and I had such a fun time. Also in January, we had 2 snow days, which I've been living in Georgia for 10 years. I don't think it's ever snowed here. If I want snow, I go elsewhere, AKA home. It's always snowing there. But that was fun, mainly because we got out of school and I had days off of work. So did my husband, because he works for the school system as well. Brunch and books. Brunch and books. Why would that be a high for me? Brunch and books. Oh, I went on a brunch date with my friend to this new to me restaurant, and then we went book shopping, and it was just so fun. So that was, oh, I'm telling you highs. I'm not telling you favorites. So that was a high. A high moment to me is like a core memory. That's really what it should be considered, even though I kind of forgot about the brunch and books. But in my defense, why would I just put brunch and books down? I should have written out more than that. So that's on me. Oh, I also had hit my lowest weight in years in January, so we love that. The book club meeting that we had in January was super fun. The weekend with my bestie was super fun. Oh, also I went to get my hair done a couple of days ago, and I did not need a trim. And I know this is going to sound minuscule, but I've never gone to sit in a stylist's seat and not had to get my hair trimmed. Every time that I'd gone, because it would be 6 months, you know, every 6 months, once a year, I really don't go to get my hair styled outside of box braids a whole lot. So the fact that I didn't have to get a trim the other day was news to me, even though it makes sense because I just got it trimmed 5 weeks ago. But that was a high moment for me. I was like, wow, this is the first time that this has happened in my life. Also, I felt like I reconnected and deepened some relationships, so I love that for me. January ending was a high moment for me because January has been chaotic and long and annoying. And also, I repaired my necklace. I wear this every day. I do not take it off. The only reason why I do that is because I randomly bought it from Amazon years ago, and for whatever reason, basically I had left it on and it did not turn green or tarnish or whatever. So I was like, oh, I can just never take this off if I want to. And then one day I had on a turtleneck. I don't know what I was doing in here, but I forgot this was on. I yanked it, it broke, and then I repaired it literally just today. I was like, let me see if I can, let me just finally, cause it's been sitting there. Let me finally like lock in, get me some little bitty tools and try to repair my necklace, and she's repaired. So that's a high moment for me. Let's talk about some lows. In January, I had an eye irritation. I don't know what it was, but it was driving me crazy. I don't know if I cannot do anything eyes, which is great that I don't have eyesight issues or eye issues, because I can't do eye drop, like I can't do anything with eyes. So I think I made the irritation worse than what it was, but it only lasted like a day or so, but it was definitely annoying. My lids were inflamed. It was crazy, okay? Oh, also I gained some weight after my Florida trip, which I wouldn't say which is to be expected necessarily, but when I recount all that I ate or didn't eat, I really don't feel like I overate. So I was just a little baffled by that. Also, I went to try pho with my friend. Didn't like it. That was a low waste of my money. We are over budget, as I mentioned, but like not by a lot. So I'm not beating myself up by any means, but I just feel like we were so close to being on budget. So being over budget $250 is kind of annoying of sorts. Also, I missed a coaching call. I was doing a coaching session, a budget coaching session, which I do occasionally. And we ended up having a snow day, so I didn't have to go to work. And when I tell you that threw my whole schedule out of sorts, like I don't know what happened, but I missed that coaching call. We did make it up, so it was fine and all that, but just straight up missing it was crazy to me because I was just that off of my schedule. Also, I had a family death. My closest uncle passed away just this week, and I've been, you know, I'm here to tell the story because it's a Saturday, so it's been days, and you know, I've been able to cope and deal as best as I can, but that hit everybody quite hard. So funeral arrangements are being made as we speak, and I'll be going home to go to that. But yeah, that was definitely a low. But we're gonna keep talking before I'm emotional. We're gonna keep going. And then also my nails have been lows. I am on a mission to grow out my natural nails for the first time since I was probably in high school. Either I was picking at my nails, biting my nails, or the solution to that, the temporary band-aid, is to just have fake nails, which is what I have done for years and years and years. But at my big age, I would like to challenge myself to growing out my nails. We will see how it goes. One favorite for January was cocktail meatballs / finger foods. I just was making cocktail meatballs at home. I'm making like pasta salad, chicken wings, just buffalo chicken dip. In January, I was making all kinds of just little finger baby shower foods. So we were appreciating those and having a good time with those. My 2024 reading wrapped video was a favorite of mine. I think because it was out of the ordinary and out of my element. So it was just fun to produce. Decluttering has been a favorite. I am on a decluttering spree, and I've done the whole downstairs, a little bit of the upstairs, and my hope is to be completely finished, I would say by February, but let's just go ahead and say by spring. So by March, perhaps. That seems more reasonable. Marriage counseling was a favorite in January. My new sofa, which is back here, is a favorite. My Valentine's decor. This restaurant that I like to go to in a nearby city, hands down, it's like a one-off mom and pop kind of restaurant, but I love it there. So what I love is their chicken salad sandwich and their fruit salad. I love I can tell you everything that I love there, but those are two of my favorites. I went to a sip and read, which is different from my book club meetings that I go to. That's just a one-off reading event. That was fun. S.A. Cosby has been a favorite of mine. I have read, I think, 3 of his books in January with the hopes of making it through the entire catalog probably by February. Audiobooks have been a favorite. Maintaining my straight hair for the first time in I don't know how long has been a favorite of mine. And also mojitos. Literally, I can have one mojito and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is like, I just love it. I think I like it because it is quite light on the sugars and the carbs and all of that, because at its core, lime juice, rum, and soda water are, so I feel like the 3 of them, they are low carb, low sugar, or no carb actually. So that's fun. And then the only way you really can do too much with the sugar or what have you is if you add in some simple syrup or sugar or whatever. So I think that's why I like a mojito. I'm just like, this is just the most lightweight, refreshing little cocktail imaginable. It's just so light and fresh and airy, and it just, I feel like I need to be on the beach, but you know, maybe it's the closest thing I get to the beach in the wintertime. But while I only had a few mojitos in January, they still were a favorite of mine. Some lessons, and a lot of my lessons lately have been coming from books. One of them says emotional maturity equals not being thrown around by life's mishaps and nuances. I do not know where I got that from. Maybe I got it from Lighter by Young Pueblo, or maybe Dare to Lead or something by Brene Brown, maybe. But I liked that definition, so I wrote it down as a lesson. Belonging. I learned so much about belonging from Brene Brown, of course, who is a researcher, and she does a lot of research on belonging and shame, and now doing some research, I think, on guilt and stuff like that. So just learning all about belonging and how we all have a strong need to belong, and all of that has been rewarding. I also learned that men are 6 times more likely to leave their women when they fall ill or sick, which is crazy to me, but that's something that I learned. I also learned a lesson that I believe in my heart of hearts that I will have lifelong struggles with relationships and maintaining them. And by that, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I guess I kind of feel like it's impossible. I don't know. I feel like I'm too far gone. I feel like I know too many people. I have too many relationships with people. I've made too many connections with people. I have too many friends, too many family members, most of which I can't control. I cannot control family members. You know, I'm just born into and married into the families or what have you. And thus I have a lot of family members, a lot of in-laws. And I just feel like I don't go anywhere and just sit there and look crazy. I go and I interact with people and I chat with people and you know, so I just feel like I'm too far gone. And so because of which, I just feel like I'm always going to be practically, you know, like working overtime to make sure I am not a recluse, or I am not feeling like I'm ignoring people, avoiding people. Even if we just talk about trying to keep up with text messaging or emails and, you know, all of that, I feel like that's already a task and a half. So that's just, I feel like, a basic form of communication. You throw in there calling, FaceTiming, visiting with, hanging out with, all of that. And I just feel like I'm just gonna dedicate my life to relationships and trying to maintain them. Also, I have on here limited concern with how I'm perceived. I have been thinking, oh, that was a good one. I don't know how that came up. I think I was reading a book. But anyway, I was thinking how my whole life I have had limited concern with how people perceive me. It's never been that I don't care if people like me or not, because I do care. I don't want to be disliked. But the thing is, I'm not too concerned with how people perceive me. I don't know if I explained it well, and I don't think I'm explaining it too well, but that's just kind of what it comes down to, is that I don't go through life and have not gone through life concerning myself with like, oh, you know, I don't want to go into this room because what if people look at me, and you know, like stuff like that. That's not anything that's ever been any of my concern. I was talking to Michelle and the rest of the virtual book club girlies. We were discussing Keke Palmer's new book, Master of Me, I think is what it's called. And we were talking about, the question was posed about how do you know that you've mastered yourself? And we went rounds and around, and what we kind of concluded is that when you are not pretending, that is how you know you are mastering, you have mastered oneself. If you are living a life that is true and authentic and you're not putting on for other people, that is a real strong indicator that you are mastering self. And then also, I feel like a lesson that I learned in January was that people do not change drastically. When I think back on just me, all of my childhood friends and just people who I've known for 30 years, 30 plus years, I just think like, you know, they haven't changed drastically. Sure, we all do less of this, we do more of this. We might change our careers, we might change, I don't know, our favorite color, or we might learn to be more patient or more kind or less anxious or less this. But I feel like people, whomever they become in childhood is pretty much what they will carry with them as they go into adulthood. You know, I don't know, that just was something that I felt strongly about in January, though there's probably no research that backs up my theory, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Literally, who would I be if I didn't show you guys my mood board? So these are my childhood friends and us at the baby shower. Also, I read a few of Brene Brown's books, and she was talking about a rumble, and a rumble, as defined by her, is a difficult but genuine conversation that involves vulnerability, curiosity, and generosity. Rumbles are a way to have real conversations about difficult topics and can be used in the workplace. And I like this specifically because, you know, if you're going to ask somebody to rumble with you, like your spouse or a friend or something, you could say, are you ready to rumble? Or let's get ready to rumble. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. And I just feel like that's a cute, inviting, harmless, playful way to invite somebody to actually rumble and get into all this scary stuff like being vulnerable. Okay, Valentine's decor in my breakfast nook and kitchen. I decorate for Valentine's Day everywhere. Just like little bitty things, cheap stuff, for real. So there's that. What else do we have? Oh, that's me and my friend on her birthday. And also I made her a little banner, which is my favorite thing to do. And so I decorated the guest room for her birthday, of course. But then I also had this on TVs and stuff throughout the house when she got here as just a cute little thing. That's me and my friend Mariah that's her, in Jacksonville. We found this daiquiri bar / hookah lounge. I hit 92,000 subscribers in YouTube. This is a family dinner for my husband's cousin's birthday. The Hot Boys are going to be in Charlotte, and respectfully, I probably will be too. This is my new sofa. So this is where I'm sitting currently. That's what I was talking about. I just put it up on the TV. That's me and my friend at the baby shower. This is a book club meeting, and some of the girlies in the back. Well, this is the sip and read. Just kidding. This is the sip and read, but there were 4 or 5 of our book club members there. So that's why it was a very comfortable, vibey situation, because I already meet with and text with like 5 of them regularly anyway. And then that was it for January. So it doesn't look like a lot went down necessarily. And I guess a lot didn't go down quite, but I don't know, it kind of felt like it. I wanted to have a personal day, which is something I aim to do every month. So I did do that. I wanted to read 4 books. I read much more than 4 books, but I did in fact read Art of Scandal, Lighter, Educated. I did not get around to Part of Your World, but what I did read was Yours Truly, and Part of Your World came out before that. So basically I'm reading the books out of order. So I think I'll do Part of Your World this month in January. No, in February. I did not complete all of my self-care steps, tasks, but I did complete more than I didn't, so I'm checking that off as achieved. I did start decluttering our drawers and things of the sort. So basically after I get the house decluttered, then I want to work on the maintenance, like touching up the paint and stuff, but I have got to get stuff out of here that is in the way, because I just feel like that's first and foremost. So I did actually start decluttering or organizing the drawers. I did all of the drawers down here, so I just need to do the ones upstairs now. My husband did assemble my new sofa, and we did cash flow my husband's college tuition and invested 15% of our paychecks. For relationships, I scheduled my friend dates, caught up with a friend or a bunch of friends in Florida, of course, hosted family friends, which was my friend who came for her birthday, and then I helped one person, actually probably like 5 people, but at least one person is the goal each month. I did not start studying for my exam, but I will have you know that it was on my mind heavily, and I thought about it almost every day. I just did not do it, but we'll get there. For business, I did secure 1 sponsorship, published 8 YouTube videos, I did work out 3+ times per week, but did not lose 6 pounds, though I was very close, but I didn't do it, so I cannot confidently check off that goal. For February, I want to take a personal day. I'm putting February 17th because that is President's Day. I want to read / am already halfway through The Summer I Turned Pretty. The Nightingale, I am told it is a historical fiction and it's very long. It's definitely not a book that I would naturally gravitate towards, but because I do hear good things about it, I'm gonna give it a whirl. Should my first historical fiction be this long? Probably not, but you know, we'll see. If there is a book that I do not read though in February, it's gonna be that one because it just doesn't highly entice me, but we're gonna see. I also want to read The Courage to be Disliked and part of Your World, specifically because The Summer I Turned Pretty, The Nightingale, and The Courage to be Disliked are all available in my Libby, and I have borrowed all 3 of them. And Part of Your World is available on Kindle Unlimited. So those are books that are at the ready. I also recently got some new books from my friend. She donates books to me all the time. So I do have a few more books added to my physical TBR, but I don't know if I'll get to any of those in February. I'm not planning to. For self-care, same things, except instead of doing my nails, I want to grow my nails. I could paint my nails, but they're just so small. My nails, they're so short, they're so small. I mean, everything about them is just jacked. Just not in their best state because I've been wearing fake nails for a long time. So I'm just trying to let them be how they are. I'm not trying to be drilling them, filing them. You know, at most I may push back my cuticles, may apply a clear coat, but I'm just really not trying to be bothering them. I just want to let them be. For family, I'm not even going to share all the things that I want to do, but essentially the same things as always. Invest 15% of our paychecks and save $2,000. Same stuff for relationships. Yep. Same stuff for career, same stuff for business, same stuff for health. All of those things. I will say my goal is to lose 4 pounds and not 6. I was setting 6, even though it's very much doable, but I was coming off of a strong December and a strong November, and January could have been strong, except I just had way more opportunities for not sticking to my caloric deficit in January, and that was the case. I don't have any less opportunities for February. I have 3 friends' birthdays in February, 4 technically. Now I have to go out of town, of course, for the funeral. We have a family dinner, a bunch of stuff happening in February, so I have no less opportunities for sticking to a strict caloric diet in February. So we're gonna shoot for 4 pounds, which is a pound a week. That is going to be my February monthly reset. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.